One sentence from an African president just sent shockwaves through global politics. And he wasn't speaking in code. He named names, called out power, and drew a line the world can't ignore. Ibrahim Traoré has just sent a message to Netanyahu. That's shaking diplomatic circles not just in Africa, but far beyond. And he didn't hold back. He spoke clearly, firmly, and without a script. We see you, and we will respond. This isn't just talk. It's a serious warning from one of Africa's boldest leaders to a prime minister who's gotten used to acting without consequences. So, what exactly did Traoré say? And why is this moment sending shockwaves around the globe? Stick with us because this changes everything. Tensions between African nations and powerful global players have been heating up for a while. But this time, it wasn't the usual countries in the spotlight. A statement, reportedly from Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, warned unnamed African leaders to stay in line or face consequences. Israeli officials later said the quote was taken out of context, but the damage was already done. And Ibrahim Traoré, the president of Burkina Faso, didn't wait for explanations. He answered directly, live on television, during a high-profile press briefing in Ouagadougou. He paused, leaned forward, and looked straight into the camera. This message wasn't for his people or his government, it was for Netanyahu by name. We are no longer colonies, Traoré said. We are sovereign nations. If any foreign leader believes they can scare Africa into silence, they are making a big mistake. Then he took it a step further. Let me be clear with Mr. Netanyahu. Burkina Faso doesn't answer to Tel Aviv. We don't answer to Washington. And we don't answer to anyone who thinks they can buy or bomb their way into our land. The room fell silent. He continued, if you come for one of us, you come for all of us. Africa is not yours to threaten. That statement was clipped, shared, and went viral within minutes, especially among Pan-African communities, resistance movements, and global human rights groups. It wasn't just what he said, it was the way he said it, calm, strong, and unapologetically clear. Israel's foreign ministry had no comment. Western media barely covered the story. But inside the African Union, and across countries like Mali, Niger, Guinea, even South Africa, Traoré's warning echoed like a drumbeat. Colonel Assimi Goïta shared the clip. In Guinea, Doumbia backed Traoré's words with a public statement of support. Across African Telegram groups, hashtags like #Africa will not bow and #We stand with TRA or EACute started trending fast. What Netanyahu may have brushed off as political posturing had now sparked a wave of regional solidarity from leaders who are no longer afraid to push back against global pressure. To them, Traoré's words weren't reckless, they were overdue, and they forced the world to face a question it's long avoided. What if Africa stopped asking for permission? Ibrahim Traoré is no longer seen as just the president of Burkina Faso. For millions, he's becoming a symbol of African resistance standing up against foreign interference, exploitation, and the double standards of global politics. His warning to Netanyahu wasn't just about Israel. It was a message to every country that still sees Africa as a pawn in their geopolitical games. And the timing, that was no coincidence. With the Sahel alliance gaining strength and France being pushed out of key regions, Traoré sees the momentum shifting. A new era is coming where African nations speak and act for themselves, defending their sovereignty on their own terms. His message was clear: we're not just rising, we're remembering who we are. If you think Africa will stay quiet while its people are threatened, think again. Those were his final words. No script, no hesitation, no sugar-coating. To some, it may have sounded too bold, but to many, it was exactly what they've been waiting to hear. Because for decades, Africa has faced pressure, bribes, threats, and isolation. But in Traoré, people are seeing a leader who doesn't blink. Netanyahu hasn't responded publicly, but his silence, that says a lot. As for Traoré, he's already moved on to the next fight. This is Traoré Uprising. We don't report for clicks, we report for those who've been ignored, dismissed, or silenced. If you believe in a sovereign Africa, if you believe voices like Traoré's need to be heard, hit that subscribe button. Drop a comment below. Do you think Traoré's warning was bold or reckless? Because in the world that's rising now, silence is not an option. If you stand with truth over silence, like this video. It's not just a click, it's a statement. Subscribe to Traoré Uprising and tell us, where are you watching from? Your voice matters. Let them hear us.